Today we're going to show you how to set up a microphone setting and lights. And so what we're going to start with first is a sound check. And so right here, this is a Zoom microphone, and our line in right now is into a lapel mic. You can also use what is called a shotgun mic, and you can put that in, and that's better for interviews and how to, if you're just trying to get something from far away, especially when you have like a two-man setup where somebody's running the camera and the interview and somebody is running audio. But first thing you need to do is sound check, and as you see, the levels are bouncing as I'm talking, and you need to make sure that it's not going to spike at a high level and kind of blow out your sound whenever you've got it, need to turn it up or down in post-production. And so what you're going to do is, if you do need to change it up or down, on the side there is an input level where there's a plus and minus, and as you would go up and down, it changes how high those spikes allow you to go. So as you go up, down, you can change that. It's best when you have somebody who's the audio guy who's running audio, have his headphones on while everything's going on so that you can test the blowouts and see if anything's going to be too much. As you see on the top of this Zoom mic, there is a windbreak. If you're using the straight mic or the shotgun mic that also has the windbreak, it helps with any blowouts that you would have from using like the P sound or the B sound, or T's and S's. It helps kind of smooth all of that out. And then you also have like a volume on the side while you're doing your live recording. You need to be careful with that though, because if you have it too low and you turn it up in post-production, then it can blow out your sound further on. Your Zoom mic, your H1 Zoom mic can kind of be, it's more portable. It's easy to have, like when you're line in and you can just put this in your pocket, especially when you're using a shotgun that you're holding by hand versus having a stand like we're gonna have later on. And it's a really simple, easy way to do it. And the best way to match up your sound versus your to your audio, to your visual, is to do, as soon as you start, before you actually start asking questions in an interview, is to clap 3 times. It's just an easy way that when you hear the clap in the mic, or you're recording for audio and you hear it from your camera, it's an easy way to match it up, and so that you can then take away the sound, so then you're not having a different discourse between somebody's mouth moving and what they're saying.
I'm going to be explaining the 3-point light and a short interview. So straight ahead is the main LED light with a diffuser. The diffuser evenly distributes the light in the shot, and the main fuse is set at 100. Then to the right is the fill light. The fuse on this light will be set at a lower level to eliminate any shadows on the face of the person you're interviewing. And then in the back, we'll be using the shotgun mic, and this should always be about 2 feet away from the subject at a 45-degree angle from their mouth or the subject. Then in the back left-hand corner, we have the floodlight. The floodlight is it's pointed at the background, and it eliminates the shadows behind the subject.
Okay, so now that we are in the interview setup, as you see, Kelly is going to be our model and show you how kind of the light affected how her face goes. So if you see on our right hand side, it's all filled in because of this fill light over here. If you were to bring it up, it's going to actually blow her out and lose a little bit of that color, and so it gives this glare off of her right hand side. So when we bring it back down, it just softens everything up and just fills in those shadows that could be there if you didn't have the fill light going on. Behind her, there's no shadow, and that's because of that floodlight. If we were to move that floodlight, you're gonna see a shadow that goes on her left-hand side. As you see, there's just, it's hard to see with the black, but there is a slight shadow on the left-hand side that does go away as soon as we put that floodlight back on. It just kind of clears everything out. The top light that's on top of her head is just kind of illuminating the top of her hair. It's easily known as a hair light. If we turn that off or even down, it's just going to just completely de-illuminate that head. It just kind of brings out the glow in the hair. If her hair was down, you'd see a lot more of how the light catches, especially the blonde. It catches a lot of the blonde. And what's great about it is it's not in our shot at all, and neither is our shotgun mic, just like we want it to be. if those are in our shots, I mean, it kind of ruins the entire idea of an interview in that it's just the person talking.